deep breath in. If you're feeling a heavy heart, just take extra time to pay attention to easing your heart. Pay attention to the heaviness and feel it breaking away, feel it breaking apart. So I just want to get into a little bit of a peaceful state first, and then we can get into the visual part. And if you need some extra time, pause the video and take all the time to breathe in and out. And ground yourself into your earth. Get comfy. Try and see as much of a blank slate in your mind's eye as possible. Right now I'm just seeing the vast darkness around me. Almost like when you're traveling to the cosmos and right before you get to the lights and constellations, it's just dark, like a tunnel. Just stay in that. If there's anything that comes crashing at you while you're trying to enjoy yourself in this cocoon of the tunnel, just take a minute. If it's anything to do with what's going on in the world right now, remember that it needs to. It needs to come to light. It needs to come to receive its truth. There's a lot of bad things that happen, I know. And it's up to us to recognize them, resolve them, learn from them. But we can only do this by accepting them, by seeing it for what it is, by learning from it and making sure it never happens again. All the ways that we've been mistreated in the past, the ways that we've wanted to help but had no voice, or literally had our voice taken away from us, the wounds of our past, turn them into power for our future. If you're feeling antsy, you can look at the motion that I'm doing. Control the movement of your body, going back and forth, move side to side. Stretch your neck slightly. Get the knots out of your shoulders. Start removing tension so that you can breathe deeper. Sometimes before you get into a meditative state, you need to figure out how to breathe. And sometimes that is meditation. Sometimes we need a minute to just mentally and emotionally and physically process everything that makes our heart heavy. And we need to take a minute to breathe out the heavy. You can say the following words so that you can better understand the point of taking time. Picture all the pain in your heart, how heavy it is. Now imagine if that just started blooming into flowers. Picture the flowers growing, a rose out of concrete. What color are the roses? How do you picture the concrete? What color is the concrete? Does it have lines and cracks? Is it solid square? Or is it almost like pebble stones? What color are the roses? Yellow, orange, purples and blues. There's part of us that feels so hopeless. We're not empowered. We don't have supernatural abilities. No one's coming to save us. So what the fuck do you do? You can't just find ways to breathe. Picture concrete roses. So what do we do? But what if this is exactly what we're supposed to do? We're supposed to connect to each other, connect our hearts, and realize that there are so many of us that feel the same way. We just don't quite know how to articulate it. Or maybe we've been in survival mode for so damn long that we don't even know what a good connection feels like anymore. We've been betrayed, fighting. Some of us way longer than others. Some of us more violently than others. And some of us for generations and lifetimes fighting over and over. Take a deep breath. Why the constant fighting? And how come the good guys never win? Take that pain and transmute it into sacred rage. Take that pain and transmute it into clarity. Picture all the confusion as you stand just dropping off of you. All the hopelessness, all the ways that you think this can't be done. Rise up, stand. Remove these doubts off of yourself. Remember that you're powerful, that you're here. You have a specific gift, a puzzle, a specific gift. You are a piece to this puzzle. And slowly, as you sit in these quiet times, connecting your heart to those of others who feel the same as you. Though they might not know how to articulate it, you feel it. As you connect and realize that they are also a piece to your puzzle. Spend time in meditation looking for others that are pieces to the same puzzle you are a piece of. What pieces do they represent? Or what do they represent as pieces? Nobody wants to live like this anymore. So why are we still living like this? When there's more of us that believe in justice for all, that believe in actual freedom, love and understanding. Why are we still suffering? Why can't we rise? Because we have to realize we are all pieces to the same puzzle. Now what is that puzzle? What do you do? What do you bring to the table? What do you need to be brought to the table? Perhaps this is something that you wish you had, don't have. Perhaps it's something that will go well with your piece. What do all the pieces make up? What's missing? And if you were to find all of those pieces right now, and you were to put them all together, it snaps perfectly, piece by piece in place. What is your puzzle? What do you see? When it's completed, what is it? Sit in that puzzle for a few minutes. Take your time to breathe. If something comes up inside of you that causes you fear or hopelessness, what would be the solution to it? With that solution, create it into a piece. And there's a piece of the puzzle that you wish you had. Continue doing this. Connect to the people that feel just like you. You've never met them. You probably don't even know they exist. But feel your heart opening to a whole new world. One where we work together to put together the pieces. We find solutions. All problems have a solution. And if we need to break it down as to what problems we have, we will create a piece that represents the solution and put it into place and start completing the puzzle. And as you look up, you realize there's so many people working just like you. Working with you to create these pieces and put them into place. We lead with empathy. We understand we're all flawed. We understand that sometimes we don't say the right thing. We get angry. We get defensive. Our ego takes over us. But we know that the only way to successfully put together the puzzle is through empathy. Love might be a bit hard to reach for us because we've all been in survival mode. We've all been in grief and we don't even have time to grieve. We've never had time to grieve. Not our loved ones, let alone ourselves. Mother Nature is here. Says, wake up. Wake up. What are you here to do? Is there a piece of this puzzle that needs to be created that you can fit in? What is a whole new world to you? What is this puzzle? This puzzle of life. I'm going to take myself out of this meditation. If you wish to, feel free to stay. If you have more problems coming at you, you can always rewind this and re-listen to it. You can take a minute to journal on what visions came to you, what emotions came to you that made you feel hopeless and heavy, heartbroken. And you can journal about the solutions. the pieces of the puzzle of life. So what would it be?